Now we will be discussing iterative tuning method for PID control. So for this we'll take a famous example of a book and let us see how we can do the iterative tuning. Here there is an example which require the computation of two design elements, which is this is a compensator and this is the plant model which is actually given in in the system, that the plant specification this is it is having no zero and three poles are there, s cube plus 6s square plus 8s plus 4. There will be a negative feedback associated with it, and it is going to be like this. This is the response of the system and this is the input to the system. Now what we need to do, this particular block is, you can say, compensator block. So we need to design this compensator, or we need to design this compensator in such a manner that there are some design criteria attached with it. So this is the plant model which is actually modeled through this equation. So if you see the plant model is having there is no zero, so 0 0, and maybe three poles are there, and still we don't know what are the location of these poles. So what we do, we for making this plant stable, what we are doing, we are adding a compensator in such a way that the compensator is having uh, two zeros and one pole. Now, let us solve this example where I say that the compensator plant model can be given as, let me say, that is s plus a whole square divided by s. Now, other conditions are also written with this, that you have to find the value of this k and a in such a manner that the value of peak overshoot, it should be between 15% to maybe 10%. Not this will not be there. It is between 10 to 15%, between 10 to 15%. And the settling time, the TS, it should be this should be less than 3 seconds. So let me write, these are two design criteria. So when we are designing this compensator, these two criteria we have to follow. So we need to design the criteria, uh, we need to design this compensator in such a manner that the response, step response of this particular system, this closed loop system, observe only 10 to 15%, the peak overshoot between 10 to 15%, and the settling time of this particular model should be less than 3 seconds. Now, the problem is also it is complex problem, because it is given that this plant model, the value of this k should be between 3 and 5, and this value of this a particular design parameter a should be between 0.1 and 3. Now what we do with this, let me write that this compensator model is this, and this capital G should be equal to this 4 divided by s cube plus 6s square plus 8s plus 4. So if I want to draw the transfer function, closed loop transfer function, so this closed loop transfer function will be given as g upon gc plus 1 upon g into gc. So what is G? Suppose this is the expression which is representing GC, this is representing B. So this TS can be represented as in terms of G and GC, and there will be, I can say that this TS, which is the transfer function, will be function of K and function of A. So this is an important part. This is problem C. This is equation C. Now what we have to do, we have to calculate the step response of TS with given value of K and A. And we need to check from this step response whether the settling time is less than 3 seconds. If it is yes, we will accept it. And if the maximum and peak overshoot is between 10 to 15%, if it is between 15% to 10%, We will say we'll accept the reason. So for this, what we need to do, we need to do this algorithm in steps. So what are the basic steps for calculating it? So step one is define time parameter. So for how much time you will be observing the step response, define time parameter, time steps. Step 2 may what we'll do, we will increase the value of k from 3 to 3 plus I up to 5, and we'll increase the value of a from 0.1 to 3. And we'll in step 3 and we construct different transfer functions. So suppose this is the value, then we will construct t1, t2 and tn. Suppose there are n combination of these, so what we will do, we will construct 8 or 9 or maybe n type of transfer function for the same plant model, for the same closed loop system. So this plant models are actually fine. And then in next step, what we'll calculate, in fourth step, we will calculate peak overshoot and settling time. So when we do this peak overshoot and settling time, and we apply the condition whether the MP and TS both are satisfying the condition, what we'll do, we'll accept it. Otherwise, what we'll do, we will change the value of k and a, and again we'll do the, and again we'll go to the step 1. So let me show the intermediate calculation of this. So here, when you do this, you will be able to see that I can get the transfer function in over here. You see, this is the GC, this is G. So 1 plus G into GC. So this is what G into GC upon 1 plus G GC. So this is how I calculated, and if I solve this transfer function, I will be able to get this is equal to 4ks square, 4k square plus 8k. So this transfer function Ts, when I say it is the function of what, k and a. Now we'll see the programming part. Now if you if you can see my MATLAB part, if you just see over here, let me show you the diagram. Let me show you the bigger part of this computer program. It says computer program. So let me say over here, this is I have divided that this time period is starting from 0 and it will go to 8, and this will be going like this: 0, 0.1, 0.2 and up to it will go to 8. So if I run this, only this code, that means t is equal to 0, CLC and clear. If I run this, t is equal to 0, 0.01, comma, colon 8, I will be able to get 801 value. So what I will doing, I will plot the response for almost 801 values. So these are 801 values. Over here, these values are 801 samples of time. Now here I am initializing k is equal to 0. This is a simple numerical indicator where I will be using it for some looping purpose. Now what is if I want to do this, I want to know the size. Here I have written the size command, which is giving this is an array now. Now this t is time and it is saved in a array format, and size of this array is size t, and which is equal to 801, which is I have written over there. Okay, now I will explain each and every part of this program so you will be able to implement it. So if I change the design criteria, you will be able to implement your designs also. Now, if I go further and I assume that the step of this is between for k is equal to 3 to 0.2 to 5, that means what I say, first I will check the value of 3, then k की value जाएगी 3.2, then it will go 3.4 and up to this 5. So if I check this, the size of this particular array is also, let me see, this k is equal to 3, 0.2 colon 5, the size will be equal to 7. K is equal to the size of this, if you write size k, it is equal to 11. That means there will be 11 values for this. So let me write 11 values over here. So this will be 11 values. So what I am doing, I will checking my design for these 11 values. 11 values. Likewise, you can always change this. You can always take this 0.2 to 0.1. There will be then the value of these 11 values will be then maybe 22 values will be there. Now, if I assume over here that the value of a is between 0.1 to 0.123, let me see that the a vector will be going to 0.1 first, then it will go to 0.2, and likewise it is going to 3. So if I say that let me check the value of a, so this a is equal to 0.1 colon 0.1 colon 3, this will be also these are 30 values. So here I am having different values. So k is actually k is having 11 values, and now this the a will be having 30 values. So what I have done here, I have made my initialization, and the design parameters are initialized in such a manner that for every value of k, that means if I am value it is if it is to k11, for every value of k I will be checking the feasible value of a from a1 to a30. इसी तरह से like this I will be checking this for a1 to a30. So this is a design problem which I am conducting over there. So this is 11 values, this is 30 values. Now, as I have shown you that you have to devise some numerator part. So this numerator part is 4k into 8ka. Let me show over here. This is 4ka at 8kas. So the constant part is 4ka square. So here you can say this is the constant part which I have written 4k square. It is 8k. This is 4k, which is you can easily calculate by hand, and which I have already calculated with the help of formula GGC, G into GC divided by 1 plus GGC. So your numerator will be what? Your numerator will be G into GC, and your denominator will be 1 plus G into GC. This will be your denominator. So here I have also written the numerator part. So this is very basic, and this is how we represent the transfer function for any transfer for any model. So what I need to do now, this is numerator, denominator, and now what I will do, I will calculate the step response. So this step response is calculated with the help of this command. Now, if I take s is equal to 801, that means total final time step is 801. So final value of time is equal to 801. Now what I'll do, I will start embark a while loop where I say that the value of the ys is should be 0.98 and between 1.02. That means let me see, this is I calculate, I consider that the system is on a stable zone or settled when the value of the system response is between 98% to uh, value of the system is between 102% to 98%. So this is very common design parameter. So 102% to 98%. So I assume that with this I can say that the step response can be plotted. So this TS, which is you can say this TS is equal to S minus 1 into 0.1. It is nothing but the settling time. And also, if I write the peak overshoot, value of the peak overshoot, it can be written as the peak overshoot is nothing but the value of this peak is peak overshoot, so this is written by maximum y. So settling time is here, peak overshoot is here. So what I do, if I calculate, if I condition, if I apply the condition that this peak overshoot between, it should be less than 15%, but it should be greater than 10%. So I write a condition with AND operator. That means this, both of these conditions should be satisfied. And here the settling time TS should be less than 3.0. If it is the case, I will iterate it and I will obtain the solution. So here you can say the if loop is AND over here, and if loop, second if loop is AND over here. And what I have calculated, I have collected all the solution in the this solution folder. Now what will happen? Now AND of for loop, AND of for loop. Over here I have started the for loop, that I will take for loop over here, and this is the for loop over here. So this for loop will be ending last. So this is the first for loop. This is the first one. This is the second one. Now you see over here, this is the second loop, and this is the first loop. Now, if the task is accomplished, what I will do, I will sort solution in sort rows, the sort solution as per maximum overshoot. So I will sort the solution as per maximum overshoot. So here when I write 3, that means the solution will be sorted as per the value of the overshoot. That means the smaller value of m will be appearing first, and the larger value of m will be appearing last. And there will be the solution vectors like k, m, and am, and ts1 and tsm. So this all vector will be generated as a solution, and this can be the possible solution for your design. Now corresponding to minimum overshoot, you can also calculate this. Now if you are having the value of k and a, what you will do, you will be able to calculate this, and you can plot this, and you can write this. These are small commands which you can plot. Here we are plotting y against t. This is owning the grid. Also this is the this will put the title on the figure, and this will put the label on this. Now let us see what are the solution we are getting. So over here we are sorting it. That means sorting matlab either making it ascending or descending order. So over here descending order is there. So this will be the value of k will be 3, and value of a will be 1. This is the maximum overshoot. This will be the solution. So this can be a probable solution 1. Here also this can be probable solution 2. This can be probable solution of 3. And now you will be able to see that these are actually written in these solutions. So when we sort solutions, what you will get, you will be getting the solutions in the ascending order. So this is 1.1, 1.11, 1.1181, 1.12, 1.129, 1.3. So according to the maximum peak overshoot, the solution is sorted. So what you will do, you are having this plant actually, and you are having this compensator for different value of k and a. But you want to say that you want to keep the maximum peak overshoot between let me see 1.4 to 1.1, 1.14 to 1.1. So what you will do, you will be having these two solutions actually. These two solutions you will pick, and what you will do, this is meeting your design criteria. So what you will do, you will put the value of k is equal to 3.8, and the value of a is equal to 0.9, and you will be able to get maximum peak overshoot 1.1396. Over here you can see that the settling time is also actually coming less than 3. So if you want to pick a design, ts should be minimum, this should be the desirable condition, but you want to pick the design where the settling time is minimum. Then what you will do, you will find the minimum value of the settling time. The minimum value of the settling time from this desired solution will be 2.21. So here, this will be your designed solution. This will be the solution where the value of TS is minimum and it is equal to 2.21. From here, you can say K is equal to 5.0 and A is equal to 0.8. You will be able to find the solution in this manner. Now, let us draw this particular, let us do this particular tuning method. If I write this into a MATLAB code and I will run it, you will see that there are some values which are coming. You will be seeing that there are some values are appearing on the command window. If I remove this, you can say, if I remove this particular solution space, you will see that there are some possible solutions which are coming, which I have plotted and which I have depicted over here. So according to this, you will be able to draw this particular program. Now, similar thing you can do for designing the PID controller, and you can also say that you will be able to see that S plus A square by S. If I put this compensator over here, again this is some example is showing on over here. Again you will do this and you will be able to calculate it. Now the response of this particular unit step response is coming, and now we will do some experiment with this. So over here you can see that it will be equal to 3.2 and 0.9 will be the corresponding solution for the minimum peak overshoot. So the value of the minimum peak overshoot is 1.0, and corresponding to this the value of K is equal to 3.2 and 0.9. Now I will do the experiment with this. What I do here, you say you see the value of this particular loop is actually uh, value of this particular loop is actually showing this. If I just change this, 3 is equal to 0.1, and if I just or reduce this, it is equal to 0.01. What I will get, I will be getting more number of solutions. So let me write CLC and clear this, and let me run this particular program. So this is iterative tuning PID. So let me run this. So you will be able to see that there are more number of solutions which are appearing, and this the array size of this array is actually bulky now, because we have changed the time step as well as we have changed the step of uh, the value of K and value of T are actually for every possible value of the K, and for it is checking the A, and this in this way you will be able to design it. But in some advanced cases, you may be able to find the value of these K and A parameter with the help of some optimization algorithm. So what you do, you need to write some objective function in the objective space, and you will be able to conduct this investigation in a better manner. Now, the time taken by this actually this program is quite more than the previous one, because you have increased the time steps in that, and you here you can see the step response of this particular function. So I hope this will be very clear to you. Thank you very much.